Well, hi everybody.
Sometimes in life we make mistakes, and they're color choices, and it's this guy.
I wanted to get Voodoo 13 camber arms for the 350Z
In the wrong color.
in the titanium gray, and he wanted him in green, so I just ended up not buying any.
And now that the 350 is mine again, which you didn't know until now.
Yeah,
Sup, that's mine again. I will get the green.
eventually.
Eventually.
What's up, guys? Today we are talking about camber arms, but not for 350Z. We're actually talking about them for a RCF.
And these are the rear camber arms.
Rear camber arms, because we've already done a front camber arm video, so that one should be released first, and if it's not,
It'll
tough
eventually
shit.
be there.
But if it is, it's right here. It'll eventually be here at some point.
Exactly.
So these are SPC camber arms because RR Racing does not make camber arms for the rear, I assume?
That's correct. They just sell these. You can buy these through RR Racing.
Yeah.
And that's probably what Caesar did. So, yeah, these are SPC rear camber arms. They're actually pretty nice.
They're nice. It's not shiny.
They are not shiny, you're correct about that. The nice thing about these, which is unlike the front camber arms, is you see these have two nuts, and this is a double adjuster, which means basically when you go to get an alignment, on the front of this, if you don't have like double adjuster setups, you're gonna end up having to undo that upper arm and completely pull it out basically to get the alignment done, which sucks. But also, I'm not an alignment tech, so it's not my problem.
Right.
But if you are into alignments and stuff, you'll want to work with these guys because these double adjusters are nice. You loosen one up, usually this guy, if I remember right, this guy will already be kind of loose. You just lock it down against this.
Yeah.
And then you can adjust the entire rod length without uninstalling the arm.
Yeah.
Which is...
It's just like the rear sets on a shifter side.
Yeah.
Or a brake side. So you can adjust just foot height where you want your foot.
Exactly. But that's the nice thing about these, if you do like your alignment people or you are an alignment people.
Makes their life easier.
This will make your life easier.
For sure.
So double adjusters, these are pretty nice. I'll look at the price of them. They're probably like $300.
Yeah.
If I had to guess off.
So just to give you guys an idea of the car that we're working on, this is Caesar's dope ass. I don't have to bleep it because we're past 15 seconds. Dope ass Lexus RCF 2015. Pretty awesome.
Not even 100K on it.
We are also in the process of doing a Silver's coilover install. Fronts are done, rears are in process. We're doing the camber arms at the same time, but this will be a separate video. Yep. So take a look down here.
We'll go ahead and pull the wheel off.
We'll pull the wheel off and then we'll just do a little run through and show you guys what we're working with. But ideally, it would have been really cool to get some toe arms with a spring bucket delete.
They don't have them.
But they don't sell them.
Yeah, I looked up. The only people that sell them, it's like Godspeed and like...
No, we're not putting Godspeed on an RCF.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, cool that you make it, I guess, but also like, obviously if a high-end company hasn't made one yet, there's probably not much reason for it. Yeah. That's kind of how I look at it.
I agree.
You know?
I'm actually surprised that a company like Tom's doesn't make full suspension for this car.
Well, they probably make a good amount.
Yeah.
But like, you know, that manufacturer kind of like, because Tom's is almost manufacturer-y, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know that companies like that make very specific stuff for their cars. Like
Agreed.
Mugen's been the same way. Whoever else was.
Yeah, they'll do like bodywork and springs and the sway bars and call it a day.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
They're kind of really specific in what they do. So it's possible that they do make like lowering springs and like some sway bars or some strut bars. They'll do strut bars too.
Yeah.
You know, that type of stuff.
Because those are easy and pretty.
Yeah, but usually they kind of look at it and they're like, no, good enough.
Yeah, exactly.
Just springs.
So we're gonna get these wheels off and we're gonna take a look and get right into this camber arm install.
Yep.
All right, camber arm update.
Camber arm update. So this is your camber arm right here when you replace the one you replace. There is your ABS sensor that normally bolts on right here. There are provisions on the new arm for that to bolt back into place. You will have to add a nut to it though, because this is threaded. That's not.
Yeah, that one comes with a bolt and a nut.
Yeah, so no, that's for the through, not for the bracket. So you'll have to reuse the 10 from this and add a nut to it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Surprised they don't add the hardware for that.
That happens a lot actually.
Yeah.
The other bolt for this is buried deep in there. You can see it. Now,
that's gonna be fun.
Well, actually, because I was thinking about that. I think it won't be so bad in our situation. I think if you were just doing control arms, you might have a harder time. Whereas like us, since you're doing coils, we're pulling this out. Yeah, we'll have a lot more room pulling the spring out. So, you know, if you're doing this when you're doing coilovers, I think you'll have a better time. If you're trying to do this on its own, I think you might be upsetty spaghetti.
Yeah.
So,
true.
We are doing it with coils, so hopefully it'll be a little bit better for us.
Yes, indeed. So we have, we're in the middle of the coilover install, so we dropped the tow arm with the spring bucket and cleared the stock shock, which is not necessary because if you're slick enough, you can definitely get it in to that nut and bolt combo that's holding the inner side of the camber arm. I'll show you what it looks like on the other side so you can see how much less clearance you get. But if you're using the right combination of wrenches, you can see in there, right there, and right there. If you're using the right combination of wrenches, you definitely could get in there past the spring and make it work, but it would be a pain in the ass. So, fortunately, we're also in the middle of this coilover install, and we do have the clearance, so we're gonna get that bolt out.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Oh, hey, I didn't see you there.
Oh, hi guys.
Hi. So, this is the OEM upper camber control arm. And we don't want this anymore. This is the new SPC one. You can see what we're talking about here. The bracket will go right here, but again, actually, is this threaded? Oh, it's threaded. You don't need a nut.
Nice.
It's threaded, so you can just put the nut into there.
Look at you, SPC.
Y'all are just on top of it, huh?
On top of their game.
But as you can see, this is definitely, you line that up, hold on. This is definitely shorter. Obviously, that's kind of the point because they're camber arms. But for the sake of taking this to get in alignment, because it's not something I do, I'm going to extend this out and match the stock length of this arm for when we install this.
Yep.
So that way, you know, when we put the car back down, everything alignment-wise should be as close to it was when we got the car, and then we take it to alignment and give them the specs and tell them kind of what to set it at.
Exactly right.
So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and thread this out, get that done, and we'll start slapping this guy in there. And yeah, a quick trick for y'all, just because I just had to do it. When you take this bolt out, this is the knuckle side of the bolt. Get this out of there. I use like a pry bar and just some other ways to kind of pop this up, because then when you go to take this bolt out, and when you get into that space, like show them on this side, when you get into that space, that there's no room. Yeah. So if this is loose and you can kind of like move this freely, you'll have a much easier time getting this bolt out. Yep. So yeah,
definitely the way to go.
So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and set the heights, the lengths, whatever, and shove these guys in. Yep. We're on the other side.
Are on the other side. We've adjusted the camber arms to match the length of the OEM. We've popped in the inside. You just gotta finagle by maneuvering the brake around until you line up the two bolts and pop them through, and then get an alignment. Right? I mean,
pretty much.
That's basically it.
So, because this one isn't quite in yet, so y'all can see. So, you can adjust these still. Get them to the length you need them to be. Slot them in place, like so. Yep. Slide the bolt through, be done. Once you have stuff out of the way, you know, there's a lot of room. And even if you have like longer tools, that'll really help you more than anything. Like having some length is really like what will save you on this. Absolutely. So if you have some longer stuff, use it. But all in all, they weren't terrible. One thing to note, these guys are reverse threaded. Yes, good to know. It was reverse threaded. Yeah. 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 We know that. That was a thing. Now we know. Now we know. So they're nice arms. Yeah, so that is gonna do it for the, let's try not to blind ourselves. Well, that's gonna do it for the camber arm install, rear camber arm install on a Lexus RCF. Let us know if you guys have any questions about it. We will be happy to answer them. If you have any more ideas for content or anything of the sort, let us know in the comments down below as well. And if you like the video, please make sure to... Why are you blinding me? Bro, like, subscribe, ring the notification bell, and we'll see you in the next one. And we appreciate you. I don't know about being blinded though. Dog. Oh.